Alright, so our next match, and we're going to be analyzing, is going to be JDR versus Drew in Match Race Group Stage from 2022, CDM 2022. As you can see from the overall, these two players have only faced each other once in each mode, so yeah, you're getting spoiled for what the result of this match is.
Yeah.
But that's not too big of a deal. Yeah, Drew is someone who's been around forever, basically. He's our resident alien in the community. And he has participated in every single championship since 2008. So it's 14 official CDX participations, as well as several other tournaments. Meanwhile, JDR has participated only 3 times. I thought it was more.
17, 19, and 22.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
And he's someone who plays in the shadows, in his own words. So we don't really get to know much about what he's up to outside of CDM in terms of SMK. But
I think he's mostly up to time trial.
yeah, from the rankings.
And he's been practicing a lot of GP last year.
Yeah. So from what we see from the times he posts, which are essentially the only news we get from him throughout the year, he used to grind time trial a ton and got quite highly ranked in that. And then
He's like top 15 at the moment?
I think so, yeah.
And
then
how?
switched over to GP and has been setting also very strong times in GP.
Yes.
So he's very much like a pure racer.
Well,
And his own words, I gave a literal translation from French as indeed JDR does not speak English. But Drew also does not speak French. And Drew is the opposite, where he doesn't play SMK outside of championships. And I don't think he has ever really grinded time trial. He might have grinded a bit of GP, but like with Toad and Koopa and NTSC like 15 years ago. And he is extremely axed on item use and skank tactics, as they say,
as he should.
for the French. So yeah, so this is...
As the battle mode player he is as well. So.
Yeah, and his driving is often lackluster, to put it lightly, given how good he is at the game overall. So this is very much a clash of driving versus items.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. And so this is in group stage, so I'm not even going to give context for like how they did in group stage.
We don't know which group stage match it
exactly.
is.
I don't know which point in group stage it was. So yeah, they played in group stage.
Let's do this.
All right, so we'll dive straight into the match, and because this is a group stage match, it'll only be 4 tracks. As the 4 tracks you can see on the screen on the right. So it'll be GV3, BC2, MC2, VL1.
Almost a great track list.
Yeah, aside from VL1. The first 3 are pretty good.
MC2 is meh, if you ask me, but okay. It's the funniest of the MCs, but it's still an MC, so meh.
Okay, they're going to KB2, but okay. So, I guess the track list is wrong then.
Okay, because why not?
Alright.
It's probably the overlay not up to date.
Yeah, fine. We lied about the track list.
Plot twist.
In any case, Drew is...
But it's a very meh
Drew
track
is
list.
not French, he's American, but he is player 1, playing Bowser on the top half, and JDR is playing DK Jr. on the bottom screen. So, KB2. I expect Drew to... Well, okay, they both missed their zoom. Okay, Banana. So here as JDR, you have to be aware that Drew is going to try to skank you.
Of course.
So
if you know Drew a little, you know you have to stay away from him.
Normally, the banana would not be that dangerous.
But it's Drew.
But because it's Drew, you have to be hyper aware that he's going to drop that in your face. So let's see if JDR actually does anything to avoid the banana. But he has a mushroom, so he can also just
he can still tank it.
But still, let's see.
And restart.
Oh, okay.
Wow, so Drew missed the boost? Or he didn't even... No, he did.
He did, but being Drew, his boost charge wasn't long enough.
He charged the boost like it was NTSC.
Exactly. So JDR just decides to drive off, which is going to give Drew a 3-second place item. Throw.
That nanner almost, was very well used by Drew. But
it's so dangerous with the items. So here,
JDR
needs to just try to focus on driving off.
And he keeps the green, which was a good decision given the fact that he was in the lead and was not going to get anything better. But now he needs to drop it.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew trying to go for another item. Just he doesn't care that he's in the lead. He just wants to make things as hard as possible for his opponent.
Yeah.
Because he's likely to make mistakes.
JDR is not going for long boosts.
No.
It's a bit
sad. I don't know
sad.
how comfortable he is with anything, really, in terms of item tricks. Yeah, Drew slowing down because
he's been practicing GB. I would be very surprised if he doesn't.
That's true. Yeah.
But maybe that was just desperately trying to keep up and not trying.
JDR almost caught up because Drew just couldn't drive KB2 at full speed, which is sort of what I would expect. But now it's BC3.
BC3. JDR trying to troll.
Oh,
I like that.
Wow, honestly, that's really nice by JDR's part. Like he's not giving Drew a free pass at the start, which is what happened to Chris Wilde in the match against Jarmou that we were watching earlier, where he got screwed over because he just wasn't even trying to play the meta of body blocks at the beginning. But here, JDR is going for it. And they both end up...
It's too bad that he got caught in the corner as well.
Yeah.
Because, I love that move.
Oh, and Drew
it's also weird that JDR decides to boost over there. It's a bit pointless, but...
Yeah. So, here, Drew has a ghost in the lead, which is a very strong position. However, I think as JDR, it's important for you to not panic and just try to contest the track. And just try to contest the track by driving. Because you definitely can. Drew is going to make mistakes. You can outrace him, especially as JDR.
Yeah.
And also, if Drew hangs on to the ghost, those are item pickups that he's losing. And he's such a threat with items that denying Drew any items at all is a plus.
That's also smart, yes.
But okay, JDR gets a feather, which instantly gives... okay, so here, I think the JDR makes a mistake, because I hadn't noticed when I was talking initially. So he picks up a green, which is fine, but then he immediately goes for another item.
On the first lap, that's bad, because you're... unless you get a feather, which is unfortunate in this case.
But it's what's the point of cycling for another item? Because Drew has the ghost in first.
Yeah.
Why bother picking up another item at all? Just hang on to the green or toss it in a way that you're not going to pick up another item.
Yeah.
So I think this is
that's unfortunate.
A strategic mistake on JDR's part to toss this green. Which then allows him to pick up a feather and gives it to Drew. Yeah. So the question, will Drew... Wow, it's double feather. Okay. So then, this is another classic match race scenario of what do you do with the feather in the lead.
How French of JDR, by the way.
Yeah, and very
first lap, 2 feathers.
Yeah. But the question is here is Drew. I think as Drew, you sort of have to go for the feather because it's likely JDR will catch up to you if you don't use the feather. So we'll see.
He keeps it.
He doesn't go for it.
Oh my god! Oh wow! Well, that did not go as planned.
So, I think as JDR, it's hard to say because, first of all, lining up for
he was already going.
Lining up for this feather is awkward. Like, you need to have a good approach to do things well, but JDR approaches the first turn of lap 2 very aggressively.
Yeah,
and then
you want to be wider.
He's still here when Drew has drowned, so he had ample time to realize decide not to go for it and just drive off. So I think this is another decision mistake by JDR. And he gets...
But fortunately, he doesn't drown. That's very lucky. Now Drew has no coins, still got a feather. Oh, and JDR got this. Yeah, that's what I have done.
Activates,
to take another item. Another feather, okay. Well...
That's crazy.
He has entered the Wow. And now he keeps... That's... okay. That turns out better for him.
So now, will JDR go for the feather?
I hope he doesn't. Because Drew
has probably be better.
Drew chose not to go for it the second time he could. So, yeah, no, just keep it.
Yep. So Drew
might still crash, and he has a nice lead.
Oh,
wow!
Okay, nice.
And now he has to go.
Oh
god,
he only had one coin.
That's hard.
Drew only had one coin with that feather, so it's nice.
Drew. Oh god! Oh.
So
wow! The eye test! Oh my god! That's so hard! Oh! Wow! What?
How did he hit the feather there? What? What? Because
he didn't. He did it after.
Yeah, he did it afterwards. But why?
I think it was out of panic not to drown. But oh my god!
What a bizarre.
I'm really glad we watched this. That's a very weird BC3.
What the hell?
Okay, Drew is slowing down, but that's not going to be enough.
He's gonna win. That's fine.
Oh wow! Wow. a bit too late. He could have activated it before the thwomps.
I don't know if it.
What an eventful BC3.
I think item lockout stopped him. I think he was spamming it, and he just couldn't do it earlier.
Yeah.
Because here,
Prim, lightning. Yeah. Yes. That is insane. And loses. Ouch, mole.
3 plumes and a bolt, and you lose it. That was wild. Okay. So it's 1-1, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's 2-0 for Drew.
Drew is up 2-0. Yeah. What a BC3. Okay, MC1. This is a type of track where I would feel that Drew has a very good chance, aside from the fact that he missed it. Why is JDR in the sand?
Because I think he wanted to go for the body block.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, well...
Okay. Well.
I think he makes decision, but then doesn't react.
And the shroom in the lead? These items for JDR...
That is so crazy.
Because he got at least one, maybe 2 shrooms on KB2 as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good decision on his part, I think, to maintain the shroom, because on MC1, spacing against your opponent is super important. The ideal position to be in when you're in the lead is half a lap ahead. Not more, not less. Because that allows you to be outside of red shell range, both forwards and backwards. So I really like JDR's choice to not use the shroom here.
I just noticed Drew's googly eye on the sunglasses.
Mad Eye Moody. And Drew goes for long boost.
On that note, I recommend everyone to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's just a side note.
JDR keeps it. Yeah. So see, he's like in a perfect position relative to Drew's red shell. He wants to maintain this because Drew won't be able to fire it forwards, and now Drew's just like might be fishing for a leg.
Yeah.
And Drew is slowing down to fire this backwards. It's not really going to help because JDR just goes. Okay, this is another mistake by JDR. So, and this is the type of mistake that Drew thrives on. He wants his opponent to make this type of mistake.
Yeah.
So JDR first does not recognize or doesn't care that Drew is slowing down to fire the red backwards. Mm-hmm. So that's the first mistake, because he could just wait, especially since he has a shroom and that allows him to accelerate again. So
yeah, he could have waited for the red to die and just fired the shroom after, but he goes for it and fired the shroom before the shell hits him. So that's 2 mistakes in a row.
So this is a double mistake by JDR.
And now he has to run for his life.
Yeah.
Because if Drew picks up a shroom now, it's over. Oh god!
But
very nice boost from JDR. That's the driving. That's the driving winning.
Just the driving was just enough.
Wow! Do you see how narrow this was? Wow!
He almost clipped the wall.
He should never have not clipped on the wall. How did he not hit the wall?
Boost finish. Nah, he had the boost charge. Okay.
Drew was supposed to be the items half of the matchup, right?
So we finish on MC3. It's still 2-1 for Drew. And another miss zoom for Drew.
That's sad.
That's a lot more painful here than it was on MC1.
Yeah, because there are no specific shortcuts, but still a lot of chomps on the road.
So okay, mistake by JDR, tapping the wall. Well, he dropped the banana on the zipper.
Yes.
But I think...
That's weird, because he goes for an infinite boost, but then kills it immediately. I don't like the decision.
You want to do at least one turn with the infinite boost in match race. Maybe because he's used to GP.
Even in GP, you cut the first part of sand.
Yeah.
At least. And then if you're me, you go until this point.
And then crash.
No, I do not crash anymore, mind you.
Alright, so yeah, it's Drew sort of trying to catch up, but he doesn't have the driving to really do it.
Yeah, JDR just
he keeps like missing boosts and stuff. So this is a very comfortable front run by JDR. Well, that wasn't very comfortable, hopping over the oil patch or dodging the bananas, but he still has enough of a lead where it doesn't really matter.
In the end!
Okay, Drew just trying to go for an infinite boost, running straight into the banana, middle of the banana.
Sad.
And he's going to try to fire something backwards just for...
Very sad, because JDR made I got a lightning.
Alright, well, that was that. 2-2.
Okay.
So, there was one pretty boring track in there, one ridiculous track, and two that were, pretty interesting.
BC3 was really great, I thought.
Yeah.
Very eventful.
Alright, that was it. Drew versus JDR. 2-2 in group stage.